Friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reading vlog. Whoop whoop. Hopefully this one sees the light of day. I know this is super dark, but look. Okay, so this is called the ReadAthon Republic. No, the ReadAthon Rebellion. And this is a readathon that is taking place all of September. By the time I'm filming this, it is already September because I'm going to be vlogging it. And this is a readathon that Melanor Reads has put on. So I'm going to link her channel down below. Hopefully she watches this readathon. But yeah, it's a extremely awesome map. And I mean, there are a couple of ways that you could play this, but honestly it kind of reminded me of like Life, the game of Life, which I used to love as a kid. We're going to play right here. The start is way up here. You gotta go all the way around and down, and the finish line's somewhere down here. So I have my little six-sided die, but I'm also gonna be this little cute little dinosaur, and I'm gonna put him on the start, and then I'm gonna show you the board, although it is kind of dark, so I don't know how well you can actually read it. Whoops. I mean, that helped, but now my curtain fell down. Whoops. Anyways, you have to stop. There are a green objective. It says objective 1, objective 2, objective 3. See, the green ones? Those are required. So when you play Life, I don't know if you're familiar, but when you play Life, there are required spots like stop and get married, stop and have kids, stop for a career, stop for a career change, different events that happen, stop and buy a house, and you have to stop there, and then you spin again and you can go again. So I'm gonna kind of do the same thing for this game. If I land, like, if I still have spaces left, but if I roll a higher number than I need, then I'm going to stop on objective 1 and figure out what that objective is and how to earn it. And then I'm not going to go on, and I'll take another turn from the objective space. But I'm not going to go on until after I've read the prompt, that book for that prompt. I think that sounds really, the way I said that was very confusing, but hopefully you understand. Anyways, let's jump right in. I'm expecting this vlog to take most of the month, hopefully. Hopefully it's also not like 400 hours long, but I'm very excited to get back to vlogging. I missed vlogging. I haven't done a lot this year because life. Right here, let's... Oh, I got a 1. So I think I was actually supposed to start right here on the info gathering. So then 1 would be roadblock. So there are a couple different ways you can do this. You can like cut these out or make them into cards and kind of do whatever, or you can pick a random number from 1 to 10. I am going, I don't know what the prompts are yet. I haven't read them, but I'm at roadblock. I'm gonna go through 1 through 10, and let's say that I only get 4 roadblocks. Then I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's how it's gonna be. But if I do all 10 roadblocks, then I'm just gonna do them in order until I have to restart. Hopefully I don't have 11 roadblocks, but I don't know if that's an issue for future Alita. That's her problem, not mine. So, roadblocks. A mission never goes completely smoothly or as planned. Navigate these roadblocks in your path to complete the objective. I don't even know what objective number 1 is, but like I said, I'm going to stop on the objectives even if I have spaces left from my die. Anyways, number 1, you're going to have to travel to get to the dungeon in the mountains. Unfortunately, all the horses are being used on other missions. Get crafty to find more ways of transportation. Read a book with some form of transportation on the cover. We're starting off very, very poorly because I was really trying to read the books in my, let's see, can you see my cart? In my TBR cart over here. These are all the books that I was supposed to read in September. And none of them have transportation on them. So of course I had to pick another book. And I just bought this book yesterday, but I'm excited for it. So I guess it's okay that I'm reading it right away. So for transportation on the cover, I'm going to be reading Off the Deep End by Lucinda Berry. There is a car in the water. I'm pretty sure that this follows a woman named Jules Hart, who is in the car with her son and her son's best friend when they veer off the road into a body of water. I want to say it's like an ocean, but I don't know. They plunge into this water and she goes back and she saves one of the boys because she can't save both. And she thought she had saved her son, but I think she saved the best friend. Is the next day, almost exactly 24 hours later, and I am approximately 150 pages into Off the Deep End by Lucinda Berry. I have 100 pages to go. Just like a little bit over 100 pages. And I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted because I am enjoying this. But there are some things that I wasn't expecting, and I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. So, at the core of this is Jules and her therapist. So, Jules she's basically at like a residential psychiatric hospital, and she is talking to her therapist about her son. So her son died in this terrible accident when she was driving and she plunged into the lake, and in the back seat was her son and her son's best friend. We'll call her best friend Isaac. I don't remember her son's name. That is terrible. But Isaac, she accidentally saves Isaac, thinking that it was her son, but when it ends up being Isaac, she goes back into the water to save her son, but Isaac basically saves her. And there are some like plot twists I didn't think they were that twisty, but there were some plot things that have happened, and now it has me questioning my. Sorry, it's all spoilers, so you can't hear it. Ew, that's icky. I get that same taste in my mouth with Off the Deep End, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, it could be a great thing, but I also, I don't know, I'm enjoying it, but you get two different perspectives. So you get Jules, who was the mom that drove into the lake and essentially only saved one of the boys, and it wasn't her son. And then you get Amber's perspective, and Amber is Isaac's mom. And now it's like 11 months after this accident, and some stuff has happened. But I feel like if I tell you much about the stuff, then I'm spoiling this book. So I'm not going to tell you about the things that have happened, but just know that Isaac and Jules are now more connected than you even thought possible. But Isaac is now missing, and Amber was under the impression that Jules knows where he is or what happened to him. My prediction is that Jules doesn't know, because I honestly feel like if she knew, she would tell. I finished Off the Deep End by Lucinda Berry, and it was pretty good. I gave it 4 stars. There were some things in here that gave me the ick, but I think that's kind of the point, and that's all I'm gonna say on it. I don't want to give away too much, but I enjoyed it. It was not what I was expecting, but it was pretty good. It was an enjoyable time. We are on road block, so it's 4, 1, 2. Okay, I have to stop for the objective, and then after I read the objective book, then I can take another turn. It's going to take the very best to get the silent serpent out alive, and to stay alive yourself. Gather a team that you trust to help you accomplish this mission. Make sure you choose wisely. Read a book that has 2 or more points of view. It has been a while. Clearly it's the same day because I'm wearing the same outfit, but it is way later. Like, it's bedtime, and I played that last turn around dinner time, but we landed, well, we had to stop early on objective. So our first objective is to read a book with multiple points of view, because you are trying to build a team. And I have a few options. I mean, I actually have a lot of options, but I have a few that were supposed to be on my September TBR. And at first, I was really gonna go with The Night She Went Missing, because, like, duh, there's something happened to this girl named Emily, and then I was thinking about it, I'm like, Emily went missing, something probably happened to her, and although I'm excited to figure out what happened to her, I'm more excited to have Walk and Duchess on my team. So this is We Begin at the End by Chris Whittaker. Ooh, Whittaker. Chris Whittaker? Question mark. But this follows Duchess, who is this 13-year-old girl who basically has to take care of her little brother. And you follow, I think his name is Walk, and he is the police chief in a small town in California, and it's how their lives, like, overlap, and I'm sure that there's some kind of relationship there. Not necessarily, like, gross relationship, but some kind of, like, I'm assuming, like, father, like, daughter relationship type of thing, but I'm not exactly sure what to expect from this. But I've heard such amazing things about this author, and this has been on my TBR for a hot minute, so this will be our next book. It's been like 5 days since I last saw you, and so much has happened, and I'm never going to tell you. Just know it's been emotional. I started, We Begin at the End, and I got about 100 pages in by Chris Whitaker. And here's the thing, I don't care about this book at all. I know part of it could be my headspace, but here's the thing, it's like very crime fiction, very literary, and sometimes literary works for me. Like, literary is very hit or miss. I love literary, but I also get so bored by it, depending on what literary fiction it is. But it's like crime fiction. It follows Walk, who is a sheriff, and I just don't jive well with, like, detective novels, and he's a sheriff, so I was trying to hope that it would be fine, but it's not fine. Nothing's fine, and I'm not enjoying this, so I'm gonna have to pick a different book for the multiple POVs, and then I'm gonna have to probably put it on this shelf and get it on Pango, because I'm gonna sell it. But I've also redone my entire library, so that shelf, then I've got that shelf. Those are all on Pango, so if you're interested, my Pango link is down below. I have, like, literary fiction, classics, and a very small fantasy collection. This is what I'm supposed to be reading in September. This one I just got. It doesn't matter. It's my daughter's artwork. And then my romance collection. My romance collection is so big. I also have nonfiction here, historical fiction, just regular contemporary that's not necessarily romance. And then I have, well, it was supposed to be dystopians right here because I had to, and poetry, but then I got my young adult collection back. I've read most of these. I've enjoyed most of them. There are a few that I haven't, but I don't know if I'm really interested. Then this is all romance. This entire shelf is romance. We finished objective 1, which was to redo my library. Just kidding. I mean, we did redo my library. And by we, I mean my husband painstakingly took our room apart, cleaned the entire carpet, and put all my library on one side so that I have literally half the room. Probably like 75% of the room, but it's okay. Happy wifey, happy lifey. I also, I really did finish the objective. The objective was to read a story, that had multiple points of view. I ended up reading this new Stacey Willingham book. I had originally picked We Begin at the End. I read 100 pages. Did not like it, so I DNF'd it. And then I ended up actually reading whatever the Stacey Willingham book was. It was interesting. So you follow your main character. Why can I not remember her name? But she's been away from home for 15 years. She's going back to check on her mother, and these dark secrets come out. She ends up going home, but then she stops at this ranch because it was the last place that her sister was known to be alive, and she really wants to know finally what happened to her sister. So she goes kind of rogue and goes undercover there, and then she finds the answers she wanted. Or did she? But it was full of dark secrets and twists, and while she's there, she finds this diary from a Martha character, and you do not know who Martha is until towards the end. And you get some chapters from today, like this woman going rogue and trying to look for her sister who disappeared 15 years ago. She's just wants answers. And then you have chapters from this suspicious diary, and it's interesting how it's all woven together. I very much so liked it. I haven't rated it yet, but it's like a 3.5 or 4 star. I'm probably gonna give it 4 stars on Goodreads, but it's more like a 3.5 star. It was enjoyable, but I think it was definitely my least favorite Stacey Willingham book. So, I don't know if I've shown you yet, but I am part of the Heart Rebellion. Duh. I'm a heart because I feel things so absolutely deeply. And my husband accidentally got mine all gross, so we're gonna take another turn maybe after dinner and then figure out what I'm gonna read. That is objective 1. Okay, we're going to I ran him over with the die, but it was 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into garden ring. I don't know if you could read that, but it said into garden ring. I actually just need to learn to read. Imagine that, a booktuber who can't read. It actually happens very often. You know what? Ooh, this is better, I think. So, we landed on info gathering. So, since I haven't landed on info gathering yet, we're just going to read number 1. Like I said, we're going in order. I don't think I'm going to hit all of them because that would be every single space on the board. And I'm not doing that to myself. But I would like to finish this before the end of September. It's only September 9th. and we finished 2 books. That's not, it's not bad. It's not great either. Okay, anyways, info gathering. It takes more than brawn to complete this mission. Help your leaders get every piece of information possible. Using your abilities is way more fun than homework, but in order to defeat the ancestors, you need to know everything. You need to be fully prepared for what lies ahead. You decide to search the archives for any information on the ancestors and their dungeons. Do as much research as you can before it's time to embark. Read a book you heard about from a council leader's video. So I need to find a book that I heard about from someone on the council. So I'm just gonna grab the ones that I heard about from BookTube in general that I still have yet to read, because like First Time Caller would be on there, but I've already read that, so it doesn't count. I have heard really good things about this. Serve. I don't think it's been from anyone on the council, though. I said that I should read the ones on my September TBR, and then I didn't even go look at my September TBR, so let's start there. Let's start here. I really don't want to read Stephen King right now. Okay. For twice in my life. Another King. Not safe for. I haven't heard about this one, but it's an arc that I should read. Foe by Ian Reid. That was going around on BookTube a few years ago. The Night She Went Missing. I've heard really good things about A Fate of Wrath and Flame. Then Hex. Okay, so it has to be one of these 3. About 150 pages into Foe, and I left my copy at work, so I found a audiobook version, and the narrator seems pretty good, so I'm gonna try and finish it tonight. I'm about halfway. It's so weird. I don't know what to say about this. It's just weird. So You follow Terrence. Nope. You follow Hen and Terrence and me. Do I even know his name? I don't think I know the main character's name. But you're in your perspective, and you are a man, and you won this lottery that you didn't even know you signed up for. And like you're potentially going out to space, I think. And it's because Terrence already knows all this information about you, like the fact that you believe in aliens and believe in space, and like you have all these weird theories about life. And Hen, your wife, is weird, like very weird. My thinking is that she's an alien, and that's why she's not reacting in the way that a wife would react if her husband won this lottery and was being forced to go to space without her, and they like don't know how long he's gonna be gone and things. So it's just weird. She's acting very, very weird. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna end up really enjoying it. It's just so weird. But I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is finish listening to it on audiobook, and it's been a few days. But I finished Foe. I left my copy of my book at work because I read most of it at lunch. And it was so weird. Like, what? My mind, especially for that last, 50 pages, was just spinning so much. It was great. I loved it. I'm giving it 5 stars. I'm going to keep it on my bookshelves. It's Ian Reid. Here's the thing. I've read 3 books by Ian Reid. I think that's all 3 that he has out. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong, but Penny, or Mindness, that Ian Reid does so well. Oh my god. Like, I was enjoying the ride, and I was like, it's a very short book. I was like, okay, it's enjoyable, but it's kind of eerie and just like very mundane. Not a whole lot is going on there, and I just thought it was a little bit out there. I'm like, whoa, okay. But then the last 50 pages of that book, boom, just mind blown greatness. It was great. It wasn't even that I wasn't enjoying it. It was just kind of, have you ever read those books or watched those movies that are just kind of very slow and mundane, and just kind of the atmosphere feels eerie and feels like this sense of dread? That's what Foe felt like for the entire thing until the end. And then I was like, wait, what? Training number 1. So this is what it says about training, why you need it. You want to hone your abilities and make sure that you're the sharpest for what lies ahead. Complete these trainings as you land on them to strengthen your abilities. Perfect. Number 1, because we're on the first one. Number 1. Your fighting skills are top-notch, but let's be honest, they could be better. You and your friends decide it's time for a sparring match to make sure you're in top shape. Read a book with a friend or participate in a book club. I made a healthy breakfast today and wanted to share with you. I'm not sure if you're the audience, or not. I know you like my bookish content because that's what I normally do, but I am also trying this, I don't want to say weight loss journey because I'm not in it for weight loss. I mean, if I lost a few pounds, cool, but I don't need to at the same time. So I am trying this like healthy journey where I make healthier choices instead of, you know, like as far as eating and exercising goes, I do want to make better choices. I'm sorry, my STD is popping up again. My shutting things disorder, you weirdo. My husband calls my shutting things disorder an STD. But I'll show you what I made. I'm gonna finish it off with a little bit of honey and a little bit of lemon. You'll see, it's really good. Well, I haven't tried this variation yet, but I'm assuming it's good. So, I have some lemon pudding, a scoop of crunchy peanut butter. So it's creamy peanut butter. It's this creamy peanut butter. And then I put some green grapes because my son likes green grapes, so he does not let us buy red grapes. I might buy red grapes for the adults in the house, and then we can all share the green ones. And then I have a little scoop of this oats and honey. I'm gonna end it with a little bit of raw honey and the juice of half a lemon. So let's see if I can do that holding the camera. Alright, let's see if it's any good. I also made a cup of coffee, but, you know, it's just coffee with half a cup of cream. And you think I'm over-exaggerating, but let's try and get a bite of everything. There we go. Lemon pudding, a little bit of oats, peanut butter, and a grape. The fresh lemon, like I know there's lemon pudding, but the fresh lemon gives it another note of lemonness. And that was really good. I might start doing something like this every morning because it's healthy. I think I'm going to read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I have an audiobook of it, but I also have that beautiful edition that has all of Jane Austen's work. I still have 3 books that I have yet to read by Jane Austen, and I was supposed to finish them before 2024 ended. We are close to 2025 ending, and I still have those 3 left. So let's just knock one out. My one of my besties, I'm cheating a little bit. Her favorite author is Jane Austen, and I believe her favorite is either Pride and Prejudice or Sense and Sensibility. Now that I'm thinking about it. Finished Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and I'm happy to say that I enjoyed this. It was good. My favorite is still Northanger Abbey, but I still have Sense and Sensibility and Mansfield Park left. Will I finish it this year? Hopefully, so I have the rest of September. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't plan on reading another Jane Austen this month, so let's just not count the rest of September. Let's just go October, November, December. So if I read one more Jane Austen each month for 2 months, then I finished. But since I finished this, even though I kind of cheated because it's supposed to be a buddy read, I just picked one of my best friend's favorite books and counted that instead, but I don't care. I make my own rules. I'm gonna set up the game really quick. We're gonna figure out what my next read is going to be, and then I have an appointment that I need to go to. Switch to this little thing. It's on the training space right there, and we got to a 5. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, we have to stop first for objective number 2. Alright, objective number 2 says, now you have a team in place, it's time to make a plan. You know the silent specter is in the hands of the ancestors, but you're not sure where she is currently being held. Send out some of your best hearts to be persuasive and gather information. Social media scroll. Read the first book you come across on your TBR on your social media of choice. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this, but I have an appointment. So if my husband gets home before I get done, then we'll have to do it later. But I'm gonna go on Goodreads. Okay, so I was scrolling on Goodreads and I found Made for Each Other. Made for Each Other by Lynn Painter. And I just so happened to have gotten a book haul that had this in it last week. Yep. And says Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I don't know. I got it from Bookman's. Probably used. So I'm a little nervous for this one. It says a millionaire and a house cleaner are a match made in heaven in this sparkly new romantic comedy. This kind of reminded me of Made in Manhattan, which is this really fun romantic comedy movie. It's just that usually I don't like the millionaire trope in books, but it is Lynn Painter, so I'm gonna give it a shot. It's kind of, it's 352 pages, which really isn't that long, but it is gonna be an eyeball read. So, I feel like it's gonna be... Here's the thing. I like eyeball reads. I do. It's just they take longer for me to finish than just like popping in an audiobook and getting shit done. So this one's gonna be an eyeball read. Millionaire made romance. It's giving Made in Manhattan vibes. But I don't want to know anything else. I just usually enjoy Lynn Painter, especially her adult romances, and I believe this one is an adult romance, so here we are. Hey! So as you can tell by previous clips, I have started Bared Souls, whatever the heck this book is. Here's the thing. I was not, actually, you guys already know. I'm enjoying this. It's not really what I thought I was gonna be reading. It's like a new adult romance. You know, it takes place in college, and, you know, you follow whatever the heck his name is. I don't know. He's not nice. He's basically bullies this girl, and, you know, she, like, thinks he's so hot, and they've already done stuff. It's, like, kind of spicy, but I don't know. They've hooked up already, kind of. I'm just confused by this book. I'm not hating it like I was the other books, but it's confusing because our main character, I don't even know her name. I don't know their names at all. Allie. It's not Allie. It's some A name. But let's see. Hold on. Oh, just kidding. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Oh. Let's see. Leo is his name and her name. Alma and Leo. Okay. For some reason I can't remember their names. Really, I don't know. This is fine. I'm probably gonna end up giving it like a 3-star and not finishing the series because this is the start of like a 8-book series, which I found out. I see myself wanting Alma and her best friend from childhood to be together. I don't care about Leo. Like, I get that we're getting to the part where, you know, we learn about his problems and why he's kind of an a-hole. But at this point, I don't really care. And I don't understand because I don't think this is a spoiler, but if it is, then I apologize. So, Alma, our main character, is a virgin. And that's fine, but she, like, gives it up to him so quickly for someone that she hated at the very beginning. And we're only a couple hours into the audiobook, and they've already... You know? Yeah. And now he's, like, changed, and he was gonna be, like, the best boyfriend ever, and not... he sleeps with a lot of people, okay? He sleeps with a lot of girls, and he's such a player. But now that are exclusive... Even though she was so against being exclusive with him, she was so against him because she didn't like him because he's an a-hole. Now he just magically changes like that, and he's gonna get clean and get sober for her, and she's just like giving up her... I don't know. She's like, it's not like I'm waiting for marriage. I'm just waiting for the right guy. Oh, Leo, I hate him. He's such a loser. Oh, let's sleep together. I just don't understand. I'm so confused by this book. And, like, it's just very inconsistent. And I'm not enjoying it. But I really need to read something for this prompt in this reading vlog. And I've softy enough to book. And then I can't really say that I really DNF'd with A Vengeance by Riley Sager. I didn't know what it was about. I just knew it was Riley Sager. So I'm like, ooh, add that to my list, add that to my list, add that to my list. But once I found out it's more like a locked room mystery, those are not my jam. I have read quite a few of them and never enjoy them. So I read one chapter, but I don't really think that counts. I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm just not having luck on this particular prompt. But I'm going to finish this book. It's just, at this point, I'm not enjoying it at all. I'm only finishing it because it's audiobook and I can finish my library. It looks very good. Oh, I got a new bookshelf right there. It used to be a white bookshelf. It's one of my oldest bookshelves, but now it's out in the living room because we got new furniture and changed our living room around. Maybe I'll show you later. But, oh my god. I don't know. I'm not liking it. I don't want to DNF it. I'm sorry. He's rough around the edges, but he's been through some stuff, and he's really a sweetheart. Lies! And what have you learned about him that I haven't learned about, chica? And why are you hiding it from me? I don't like him. Okay, I only have like 50 to 70 pages left of this book. And here's the thing. The last time I updated you, a couple of hours ago, I told you I hated it. And actually, I kind of felt very lukewarm about it. I was just like, I don't know. It's not all that. And here's the thing. I still stand by everything that I said previously. But there's a reason. And I can't tell you the reason because then I would just be spoiling the whole book. And if you're looking for like a fun little magical romance, don't read this. That's not what this is. I don't know if you can tell, but my eyes are watering because I've been crying. And this book has me in a chokehold now. Like, there are issues with it. Like, I didn't buy the chemistry, and he was very much an a-hole to her at the beginning, and like it felt very insta-love to me, and I still stand by all of that. But I kind of love Leo low-key. Like, he's a jerk, and he goes through a transformation, and oh my god, I don't know, I don't know, this might be oversharing, and this might spoil things, so I'm gonna put a spoiler warning right here, or I'll just hold my hand up until I'm done spoiling. I have family members who have struggled with or currently struggle with addiction. And it's not a joke. It's something very, very close to my heart. It's something very... I'm gonna cry. And, the fact that that was part of Leo's problem, you know, that hit close to home. And here's the thing, the people that struggle with it in my life, I know that they are wonderful, amazing humans, and I full-heartedly love them. But when they're not clean, they become someone else. And I know that that's a cop-out answer for a lot of people, but it's the truth. And it's so hard loving someone and mourning someone that's still alive. And since that was a big thing in this book, and now he's like clean and sober, and he's trying to get his life back together, it's just like tugging at my heartstrings. And I don't hate him as much. There's more to the story that I wasn't seeing at the beginning, and oh my god, I'm just like a blubbering baby right now. But I think I'm going to actually end up really enjoying this book. I finished Barb Souls by Ellie Wade? ? This book. It was better. The ending, oh, it broke my heart. Oh, so if you want like a happily ever after romantic book, don't pick this. But I very much so enjoyed it. It does read, okay, so I think it's supposed to be new adult because like 18 and 19-year-olds and college setting, but it did feel very young adult, and part of it gave me heebie-jeebies, and it wasn't like a super happy, super awesome story. It was fun. Fun is not the word I would use. I'm gonna think a 4-star book. It was shattering. Shattered my soul. Let's take our next turn and see what my next book is gonna be. I found my dinosaur, and I had to stop at objective 2, so that's where my little person is. I am the heart of the rebellion. A 2, okay. 1, 2 is a side quest. I think I might be on number 1 for side quest. I was correct. I am on side quest number 1. The core team is working on freeing your leader, but there are many other tasks to be done. Help them out by completing the additional missions to make sure your leader is rescued. Okay, 1. Many years ago, when the Order of Silius was just being formed after the ancestors took power, a powerful eye was gathering diviners in secret. Unfortunately, when several of them were caught, he decided it wasn't worth the loss of his friends and left the rebellion. You know where he's been holed up, and you know you're going to need his expertise to complete this mission. Go and convince him he must join you. Read a special edition. Okay, technically I'm supposed to read both of these anyway, like this month. It's part of... Technically I'm supposed to read both of these anyway. It's part of my TBR for September, but spoiler alert, I haven't been keeping to my TBR. I've just been reading whatever this game has in store for me. So, I'm supposed to read this beautiful edition of Stephen King. I've already read Carrie, and I think I would like to read The Shining. I've watched the movie a few times, and I don't like it. But it gives me some hope, because I'm pretty sure that Stephen King said he doesn't like Carrie, and he doesn't like The Shining, the movie formats, because they kind of missed the mark on what he was trying to do with those books. And like, Carrie, the movie, the book, it was okay. But I'm trying to go into The Shining with, like an open mind. But I mean, look at the blood. This is such a beautiful edition. My husband said I'm not allowed to unhaul this ever, because I found it special, and it's so pretty. So I'll be reading The Shining. I don't like the movie though, so I'm scared. But it's finally on my September TBR, so that's a win. Good morning. This is crazy. I couldn't put The Shining down, so I finished The Shining last night. Well, this morning. But between last night and this morning, I read the entire Shining book. Here's the thing. I hate the movie. Like, the movie's so weird. I guess the book is weird too, but here's the thing. I love Jack. I love him. I loved him. But, and the kid, oh my god. I don't know. I don't know what to say about The Shining. I very much enjoyed it. I could not put it down. Physically had to, like, steal it away from me. But you follow this family that goes to the Overlook Hotel during the off season to basically be like a caretaker for the hotel, and the blizzard, the snow. I love the atmosphere of The Shining. And the characters? What? I like the characters? I don't like the characters in the book. Or in the movie. I'm sorry. I thought it was really overdone in the movie. It was very much Hollywood's version of this. But oh my gosh, the book was actually very good. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I think I landed on a 4-star with The Shining. But they're like, he's the caretaker for this hotel, and he brings his family, his wife and his kid, and he descends into madness. Alright, so info gathering, we are on number 2. It's not all fun and games while waiting for the next mission to start.
I guess that I forgot to film me.
Make sure we're caught up on the history of the diviners. Read a book set in the past. Oh, The Shining would have been good for that. Okay, well, I'm looking at all my rooms. Okay, I found a book that I'm terrified of. So we're gonna read it. This is Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. I've never read it, so I don't know that's weird, but let's see. It was written or published in 1979, but it's about this woman named Dana who is celebrating her 26th birthday when she is kidnapped, ? And sent back to the past during, like, when slaves were owned, and she has to stop one of her previous ancestors from being murdered, and she keeps failing this mission, so then it comes back to her 26th birthday where she's then pulled back to the past. So obviously it takes place in the past, but I'm not sure if my brain will be able to keep up with the timelines and things. But I've heard that this is amazing and that you need to read it. So I'm gonna start this probably later. I'm only 60, not even 60 pages in yet, but oh my god. This, so good. So good. So you follow Dana, who on her 26th birthday, she's in her living room with her husband, and then all of a sudden she's no longer in her living room with her husband. She is in this river with this woman who's screaming because her baby went, or her child, he's like 5 years old, her baby was in the water, and now he's drowning. And Dana goes into the river and saves this child, and then his father, the kid's father, comes over with a gun to her head, and then she's back in her home with her husband. But she's muddy and out of breath, and she said she had been gone for a long time, but her husband was like, no, you were only gone for a couple of seconds, but what happened? And then she got pulled back to this location with her with this child named Rufus. His name is Rufus. And she finds out that it's a plantation that she keeps getting pulled to in the 1700s, I believe. And it was just, it's maddening because, like, I mean, there isn't, I don't understand the plot yet. I get that she keeps going back to 1979 with her husband, or like 1970s with her husband, compared to the 1700s, or the 1800s, I'm sorry, with Rufus and on this plantation, and nobody, you know, everyone's referring to black people as niggers, and I'm so sorry that I said that word, but it's relevant to the book. And it's like, oh my god, Octavia E. Butler. Woof. I think this is the first sci-fi novel written by a black woman, if I remember correctly. And I'm not a sci-fi reader. I will never say that I love sci-fi or that I've read a lot of sci-fi, because I don't read sci-fi. But here's the thing. I love time loop books, which some would say is kind of sci-fi. And I'm liking this time travel. It doesn't make any sense. It hasn't been explained to me why she keeps going back. I mean, she has theories on what's going on, but you as the reader, you don't entirely know. And I kind of like that. I think my problem with most sci-fi is that it's very, like, the world building is usually pretty great in sci-fi books or fantasy books even, but for me, if I don't suspend my disbelief for different things, or if to me the world doesn't exactly make sense, then I don't tend to like it. But here's the thing with Kindred, I don't even remember. Kindred, I think. It's not explained to you. You're kind of just going through the motions. You're kind of just living it with Dana. And oh my god. Favorite book of the year? I mean, I know I'm only 60 pages in, so maybe not. But like, I am living for the... I was gonna sit down and have like a TV show marathon and just kind of not do anything productive, but instead I've been just sitting and reading this book with my eyes. I don't do that often. It's usually audiobook all the way. I am going to check out the audiobook to see if it's good so that I can get some laundry done. But oh my god, what if I finish this whole thing today? Like, what if you guys this is so refreshing. It's something completely different than what I would normally read, and it's scary. So maybe it's too early to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I think I like historical, like, plantation horror novels, because there's When the Reckoning Comes, which I do not own yet, but would love to. Read it, loved it. It's terrifying. I can see this being very scary. Is it a horror novel? Or is it a sci-fi? I think it's a sci-fi horror. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But to me, it's scary because, like, well, the idea of time travel is scary anyway. But that, and you're going back and you keep going back to the same, like, person, the same plantation, the same place where it's not safe for you because you're not, you're in a time when people were not kind to you. and you do not look, like, just people are not kind. And oh my gosh. To work early today, so I actually got pho. I'm gonna find a spot on my shelf for pho because I'm gonna be keeping it. And I finished Kindred by Octavia Butler. The ending of this was wild. I guess this whole book was wild. Like, I loved it. 5 stars. 5. Perfection. It's a classic. I mean, 1979. Is that a classic? I'm gonna say it's a classic. But the storytelling about, like, slavery and slave owners and the relationship between, like, the slaves that worked on the plantation and the slave owner. This was so good. Like, oh, I love Dana. Like, I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her. Her and Kevin. But I did have a suspicion about Rufus. It definitely was not how I thought it would be. But, oh my God. Favorite book of the year? I'm not completely sold on it because I have had some pretty good books. But, oh no, it's only a 1. So that's okay. So roadblock number 2 is you've got the map needed for the journey, but now that you're trying to read it, it's in code. You need to help decipher some more obscure areas. Read a book with a number or special character in the title. Okay, I'm gonna go look at my September CBR because I don't think I've been doing great at that. Ooh, okay, so there's the at sign for A Fate of Wrath and Flame. Or the end sign, not the at sign. The end sign. The night she went missing. Not safe for work. Okay. Ooh, or for Twice in My Life. Twice is a number. Okay. That's what I'm feeling so far. But I did also just film this video that you haven't seen yet. But let's see. There's A 40-Year Kiss by Nicholas Butler. Ooh, okay, there's Love Lies and Cherry Pie by Jackie Liu. It has the commas, so I'm counting that. Too bad Problematic Summer Romance. I mean, is this cheating though? But Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood has the little check marks and the question mark. I don't know if that's part of the title. I'm gonna count it. Then there's One of Us Knows by Alyssa Cole. Ooh, okay. I will look at you later when I've picked from that gigantic stack. I'm feeling either Problematic Summer Romance or Love Lies and Cherry Pies, if I can get the audio for either of those. Or maybe I'll just read with my eyes. I mean, it is, ooh, I can read in between conferences. I kind of want to do Problematic Summer Romance, but I don't really think that the question mark and stuff actually counts for part of the book. It doesn't. Does it? Oh, okay, I'll do it. morning. I left my camera at school, so it's actually been like a day, 2 days. It's been a couple days. I have been reading Love, Lies, and Cherry Pie by Jackie Lou. Look, I don't know if you can see. I made it like 75 pages in the past 3 days, which obviously tells you something. I am officially DNFing this, and the next the prompt was to read a book that has a special character like this comma or a number. So the next one that I pick will be a number. I have work all day, so I have work all day, so I probably won't pick something until tomorrow, tonight, tomorrow, I don't know. It is going to be a late night for me at work because we have conferences. But, you know, that's fine. I'm DNFing this. I am 6 chapters into the one with the kiss cam. Absolutely loving it. It's so great. I'm sad because she's moving in 3 days, and she just like went on this bucket list date with with Duke, and oh my god, it's just making me giddy and happy to be listening to him. But I do have to film a little bit today, so I'm gonna go get set up for filming, and then I'll update you when I finish this book. But oh my gosh, it's so like giddy worthy, and let me just tell you, the first part was so messy because I don't remember her name, but her name, she was going on this date with this guy named James, and it was like a blind date type of situation. I think they met online, and okay, so it wasn't a blind date. They met online, and they were going on their first date at a basketball game, and it was funny because the guy next to her, Duke, kept fighting with her for the armrest, and then James, there were no sparks with him, and he ended up kind of being an a-hole. So she starts kind of whispering to Duke, and they kind of flirt a little bit. And anyways, the James and her don't work out, and she doesn't have a way home because he drove her there. So now she kind of starts talking to the guy next to her. Her and Duke have been talking the whole night, so she's just like, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll take a ride if you're offering. And then instead of going on a ride or a drive back home, they start talking, and he's like, let's go get cookies, and then they go and get cookies, and they talk about like their best date ever, like bucket list date type of thing, and it's just so cute. I'm adoring it. But I'm probably gonna finish the one with the kiss cam today. I have about 3 hours left of the audiobook, but it's so cute. I'm really enjoying it. I went to Hobby Lobby, and I'm gonna try 2 new hobbies. I was gonna get more velvet posters because that's something that I can do with my children or by myself. I really like coloring. I did try a diamond painting one time last year, a year and a half ago at this point. I don't like diamond painting. I know everyone else does, and that's great for you. I do want to try like an acrylic paint by numbers at some point, but the designs that they had at my Hobby Lobby this time were not something I was looking for. So I think I'm actually going to take like a little bit of a break from life, and that sounds weird, and do either the scratch arts. There's all these different ones, and you get a little scratcher and a little paintbrush type thing. So that will be fun. Or color, but it's like these really cool markers. And it's a color by, I don't think it's numbers. I think it's just a color. Oh, color by number notepad. And they have like flowers. It says do what makes you happy, kindness counts. Then there's butterflies. I think, okay, yeah, by the time you see this, my mom will already have it. I bought my mom this little thing that says you are enough, and it's like pink and it's really cute. So I think I'm either gonna do this one with the flowers and the butterflies, or just the butterflies for my mom, unless I do one of these. I mean, these are very cool too. I think my mom would like this one at the top. I just kind of want to make her feel a little bit better. She's having a hard time right now. And so I don't know if I want a marker. I think I'm going to try the scratch art to start with. I'm pretty sure these are the type of things that I've gotten for my son, especially like in his, the Easter bunny. Got for him in his Easter basket. But I don't know if I've actually ever done one. So I'm going to try this, and maybe I'll let you be with me while I listen to part of my audiobook, and I'll update you when I finished. I finished the one with the kiss cam by Cindy Steele. It was cute. So it's very clean and wholesome. Like, there's no smutty scenes. There's no anything like that, which is good. I didn't even really notice because this romance was written so well that I was like, wait, there was no like smut scenes. But it was very, very cute. I don't know, because you follow Nora, who goes on a date with Jason. The Jason date goes terribly wrong, but luckily for her, she's sitting next to Duke. And Duke is such a sweetheart, and they've kind of been low-key flirting the entire night, even though she was on a date with someone else. It clearly isn't going to work out. So they have this amazing, like, 14-hour date or something. And then Nora moves away. And you see her 3 years later when she starts interning at his company. And like, the things that were big reveals as far as that is concerned, I just kind of thought was common knowledge. Like, I thought we all knew it. So I don't know. I didn't love it. It wasn't like my favorite romance ever, but it did give me butterflies and it was kind of cute. So I'm like a 3.5, 4-star on this one. I think I'm leaning more towards 3.5 stars, but it was fun and I did really enjoy it. It is late, and that is why that's why we're filming out in the living room. I'm also trying to be super quiet because my bedroom door is open, my husband is asleep, my kids' doors are open. They prefer to sleep with their doors open, and I'm okay with that, but that does mean I have to be quiet. So I think we're just gonna roll for my next book. I'm gonna figure out what the prompt is, and then I don't think I'm gonna start reading a book tonight. I really should try to. Alright, here we are at the roadblock. And here is our guy. See, I don't think I see it, but it is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is another training. Is that my third or my second or my third training? Alright. So training, I'm on number 2. Training number 2. You never know what is awaiting you as the Order of Silius gets closer to taking down the ancestors. Each order has a special ability and each requires its own focus to hone in on. Okay, I don't have my heart out here, but I am part of the heart group. So, the heart. Read a book featuring high emotion, romance, or grief. I don't want to read a grief book. So high emotion. So it can't be like a fun rom-com. It has to be a high emotion. I mean, anger is kind of a high emotion. I know it says romance or grief, but okay. We'll pick a book tomorrow. I'll let you. Wow, you guys, it's been a interesting weekend. So I got another placement, and it's been a lot with her. I'm very excited to learn more about her and everything, get to know her. But last night I did a... Kevin, no. Kevin, sit. Let's try this again. Last night we landed on info gathering. I don't remember which one we landed on, but we're on the second one. And the prompt was dependent on what part of the rebellion you are. I'm joining the Heart Rebellion, or that's what I've been the whole time. The prompt said read something emotional, basically. It makes you feel a big thing. So their suggestions were romance or grief. I'm not gonna lie to you, this was not the first book I chose. I read 100 pages of a different book, but I wasn't liking it, so we're not gonna count it. And I was out and about most of the day, but I got home and I'm about, not very far, 34 pages into The Good Luck Charm by Helena Hunting, and oh my god, it's starting off with a bang. So, oh my god, what is her name? It literally was just Lila. Duh. Lila is like a nurse. She gets to the hospital and the man that she thinks of as her father is in the hospital. He had a stroke. And sitting next to this man is this man's son, who just so happens to be the man that broke her heart 8 years ago. And it feels very believable. Like, Lila doesn't really believe in men. I mean, obviously they exist, but she doesn't really, she kind of hates on men. And she doesn't really believe in love anymore. And here's the thing, I don't like reading books where you hate a specific gender, specific race for no good reason. Like, I don't like that. But it does make Lila quirky. Because, okay, so it started when her dad left her, abandoned his family, and then Josh, I don't think his name is Josh, Ethan abandoned her in high school and has never talked to her again. And now she's going through a divorce, so that man abandoned her, and she's gonna feel like Ethan's dad abandons her if he dies, and things aren't gonna be the same. So it's kind of messy. I don't love it yet. I'm kind of just like, it's lukewarm, but I'm only 30 pages in, so I'll have to update you later with that. But I have started a book. Maybe I'll finish it by this weekend. I mean, it's Saturday, so I need to finish it by tomorrow night. Can I do it? I don't know. It is like bedtime. But I was counting, there's only 8 days left of the month, and I'm maybe halfway through the board, so I'm actually getting kind of nervous. But I did finish The Good Luck Charm by Helena Hunting, and oh my god, it was so cute. It was just adorable. And the last space I landed on was to read a book that's going to give you the feels, whether it's like good feels or bad feels. And it was great feels. It was like, okay, I didn't love Lila and Ethan together at first. I didn't buy it. But by the end, I was very much swooning for them and super happy that they were together. So I'm going to take a turn and figure out what I'm going to be reading tomorrow. but we only have 8 days to finish this board. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Maybe I'll fail. Alright, I'm hoping for a higher number than a 1 because that's all I've been getting, but we're starting here on training. And oh yes! I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is info gathering. I believe that's gonna be okay, I believe info gathering. We're on number 3. It says, the rebellion is all about sticking together and working together. One of your fellow members asks for your help learning about their abilities. The best way to learn is to teach someone else. Post a photo of what you've read so far, or what is left on your TBR, and tag Mel and your council leaders in it. Oh my god, an Instagram prompt. I'm gonna do that in the morning, either before work, probably before work. It has to be before work. But since it's not an actual reading prompt, I'm going to put a little check mark next to it, and I will finish it tomorrow, first thing in the morning. And we're gonna figure out what my next actual reading prompt is. I needed that because I felt like I was super far behind. All right, we're right here, and it's a 1 again, which is another. Okay, so we are also on roadblock number 3. So as you're traveling through the forest, you come upon a river with nowhere safe to cross. Problem solved so your party can get across safely. Complete a reading challenge prompt or 2025 goal. Okay, it's the same night. It's really late now. Well, like an hour later, but to me that's really late. So our last roll got us roadblock, and as you can maybe tell, the orange is number 3, the one that I just marked off. So I landed on a roadblock, which was to read a 2025 goal or a reading challenge prompt. And I looked at my bookish bingo from hell, and on there it said I was supposed to get my Kindle books under 100 on my TBR. That's a story for another time, but I decided that I would read a Kindle book, and I had The Answer Is No by Frederick Bachman on my Kindle TBR. And yeah, I read that. It was 68 pages. I do not understand the point of that book, so it was kind of a waste of 68 pages. So sorry. It was weird. It was about a pile of junk and an angel, and I don't know, I feel like Frederick Bachman actually has deeper meanings to his work, so maybe I'm just tired and I don't get it, but right now I just don't get it, and I don't care. So I didn't love it, but let's take our next turn and see what our next book is going to be. I bet you. Right, we are right here on roadblock. No, it's another one, which is not gonna pick my book tonight, but at least we can figure out the prompt. It is number 3 for training. Close combat is not the only thing that will be needed to complete this mission. Words. Work on some long-range skills, arrows, poison darts, etc. Read a book you've been postponing. Ooh, Okay, here's the thing. All the books that I had been postponing have been unhauled. Like, I literally just unhauled 80 books today. There's not going to be a video of that because I didn't film for it. I just finally got all those books off my shelf, and yeah, I feel really good. Most of the books that I have are from the past 2 years now. I will double check probably tomorrow, probably after work, if there's a book that I own physically that I've been postponing. Ooh, you know what? But the first, audiobooks? I don't know. We'll see. I'll update you guys later. As of right now, I haven't picked, but maybe editing Alita is just... The last time I saw you, I had just landed on training space, which the prompt for the third training space on the board is to read a book you've been postponing. And I immediately thought of Inferno, like Dante's Inferno, but I didn't really want to read a poem. So then I was looking, scouring my shelves, and I have quite a few options, like physical books, but then I looked on Audible, and I bought this entire series in 2018 when it came out. And I said I was gonna read the whole thing. And I have yet to finish it. So I ended up just listening to Oak Avenue. I don't even remember who the author is, but basically there are 8 books in this series. Each one is a short story, like 50 pages. Really? I couldn't read 50 pages in 7 years. Oh my gosh. I've owned those books for 7 years in my digital collection. Here's the funny thing. I gave it 3 stars. It was fine. I can't really tell you anything because I think it's literally 62 pages. And I have since realized in the past 7 years that, of not reading them, that I don't like short stories. I don't think there's enough character development. I usually don't think there's a good enough atmosphere to scare me, and atmosphere is key for a horror novel. Just if you're a writer and, you know, you're watching my little booktube channel, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, you know, then atmosphere is key. And if you only have 50 to 60 pages, how good of an atmosphere can you really have? It was fine. I feel like if it was longer, I would have liked it more. I think I gave it 3 stars, but it was about this mom who, this husband and this wife, they move out to this countryside because, you know, she just had a baby, and it's where he grew up. So, you know, return to hometown or whatever. It's a very country place. It's very rural. And he is never home. He stayed in New York to finish some business things. And so you meet him a couple of times, but generally you're just watching this woman in motherhood, and she's kind of descending into madness because she doesn't really talk to anyone except for her baby. But, you know, you can only handle so much baby or toddler talk, right? I don't know. It was fine. I wasn't scared, and I like horror novels because I like to be scared, so it was okay. But let's try and finish this board because I'm trying to get this video. It's supposed to be my first video in October. It's already like 5 hours long, and I'm not even kidding, and I still have to edit 5 hours of footage. Yeah, no, it's too much. I don't know. Maybe I'll scrap it. Anyways, let's take our next turn. Hopefully I'll get really 2 high numbers, and I only have to take 2 more turns, which means read 2 more books. Alright, here we are at training. Oh, okay, I did get a 6. So I am gonna go to objective 3. I have to stop there. It's like life. I don't know if you've ever played the game of life, but they have stop points like get married, have kids, change your career, get a career, that kind of thing. But now my dinosaur won't stay. Okay, I'm gonna put my dinosaur. He's gonna go to sleep. Anyways, objective 3. You know where she's being held. You now have reliable information on the layout of the dungeon. It's time to go after your leader. Break the silent spectrum out and bring her home by any means necessary. Be careful, there may be additional challenges along the way. Read a book with an action word in the title. Okay, so read a book with a verb in the title. Okay, fine. Let's go explore my bookshelf because nothing is coming to my mind right away. I mean, I could do where the reference grows. Grows is a verb, and is that cheating though? Because it's my absolute favorite book of all time. I don't think it's cheating. Okay, let's see. There's rebel on a break. A break. I mean, in that aspect, break could be a verb. On a break. Yeah, like a break from life. If you hate me, nope. Let's see. Oh man, an action word. Accidental title. What? Oh my goodness. Oh, say for like say you swear. Oh, that was supposed to be a summertime read, and it's officially fall. So happy fall. Okay. Suddenly a murderer. Well, murder is a verb. Could I use murderer? No, because that's not. How will I know you? I mean, know you. That's how I know. I mean, how will. Okay, I'm looking.
These I need to haul because I accidentally went to the bookstore twice. Shush. It's 3 times. Fine. 3 times. It's fine. But if I went 3 times, then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 books is not that bad. Right? Happiness is spells disaster. Boys in the valley, it will be us. Love naturally. Oh my goodness. Nope. Okay. I has perfect life. Let's say the Connollys. Nope. Oh my gosh, I don't have any verbs. The intern, compassion in the court, life-changing stories. No. Oh my gosh, Alita, House of Glass, Awake, Good Marriage. Okay, I really, wow, higher action words. Okay, The House in the Cerulean Sea, The House Beyond the Dunes, Delorious Claiborne, Nanny Dearest, The Night She Went, ooh, The Night She Went Missing. Missing is a, oh my gosh. You know what? I might look on my digital collection. I might look on my digital collection. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I don't know what I'm gonna be reading, but maybe Editing Alita has just popped a picture up. If not, then you'll find out in the next clip.
It's been several days since I last saw you, but you know, vlogging Alita is amazing. And you know what? Messy hair, don't care. Here's the thing. We landed on objective 3. There's 4 objectives, so I could technically, if I get a high enough number, I could just go skip to objective 4 if I read a book for objective 3. Objective 3 for this readathon of the Rebellion is to read a book with an action word in the title. And I listened to Saving Noah, and it shattered my soul as much as a thriller that came this close to making me cry could. Because hello, mother here, and you follow this woman whose son, he's like 19, 18, he's a very young, you know, man. Actually, I think he's only 17, which doesn't make much of a difference, but he had molested young girls, and he felt really badly about it after he got caught. And after he got caught, you know, he went to like this treatment center that was supposed to cure him, but he doesn't really think that he got cured. And I don't know, something about it. Maybe it's because I have young children, a boy and a girl at home. Maybe it's because I'm a mother of different ages. But like, I wanted to hate Noah. He made my skin crawl. The things he did to those girls was horrific. And like, you didn't really get much details. You just got like what he said. I kind of wish we would have gotten more details, but then, not really. Here's the thing, though. I really wanted to hate him. And part of me, like, did. For sure. For if you do that to a child. But part of me could hear him screaming for help. And at the end of the day, he was still just a child. Yes, he was a 17-year-old child, but he was still a child. And he knew it was wrong. He knew it was messed up. But he said he couldn't control it. And I don't know how I feel about that, but oh my God, this was messy and emotional, and oh, it got all my gears shifting, and oof, it was a lot. It was really good though. I'm gonna give it 4 stars, I think. I don't know. I'm not in the right headspace to to rate it right now, but oh my god, that book is gonna stay with me. And just for the pure fact that it's gonna stay with me, maybe I should give it 5 stars. I don't know. We'll take our last turn after bedtime. So, that was creepy. I don't think you can see him. Oh, you can. That was super creepy.
Am I creepy?
That was my...
Children?
Yes, that was my husband. That was creepy. But I have to... It's my kids' bedtime. Actually, it's past their bedtime, but it's Friday night, so we give them a little bit of freedom on the weekends. Don't tell them. Don't tell anyone. You know, you're not allowed to give your kids freedom. But it is bedtime, so I need to go tuck my kiddos into bed, read them stories, sing them to sleep, you know, all that good stuff. So when I see you again, we'll be taking what could potentially be. Switched it to the SD card because I really don't remember what it was, but I know I was on Objective 3 and I just finished that. Alright, Objective 4 says... You may have arrived at the prison and made it inside after a few roadblocks and challenges. The silent specter is free from the cell, but you can make it out of the mountain. Read a fast-paced book. And in parentheses, it says open to interpretation. So this is probably gonna be this is definitely gonna be my last video of this readathon and of this vlog. I hope you enjoyed this extra long vlog, but let's figure out what my fast-paced book. It's been a couple days since we landed on Objective 4, and I have yet to start reading a book. But yesterday was Saturday, and I have been participating in this reading bingo that Lindsay from She Is Booked and Busy has been hosting, and it's been going on for like 4 weeks now. I finally have a prompt, or I finally have a number on the bingo board, so I need to match the prompt and I need to read a book for it. So for Lindsay's bingo, I need to find a cozy book. And I hate cozy books, so I'm scared. But I was gonna try and combine a cozy book with a fast-paced book. And I think that I have the ultimate audiobook for this. And it's only a couple of hours, so I should be able to finish it today. Hold on, bud. It's the Murderbot series by Martha Wells. It's sci-fi, but I've heard that it's so cozy. I combined fast-paced and cozy book, and I came out with All Systems Red by Martha Wells, which is the first book in the Murderbot Diaries series. I didn't like it. I'm not a sci-fi person, so I don't know why I thought I would like this. You follow a robot. I did not like it. It says sci-fi, fiction, novella, fantasy, adult, space, sci-fi, fantasy, robots. Yeah, those are all things that do not describe my reading. Hey, boys. So I guess that I finished because the last prompt on here was fast-paced. Murderbot Diaries was fairly fast-paced. I think it should count for a fast-paced book. I just didn't enjoy it. But if you've stuck around for this entire video, then you are amazing. You reached the end of this video, which right now is hours long, but now I get to edit this masterpiece of a vlog that we have.